So got that.
Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. What's up, YouTube? The shout out from the 6'4" and the 065. Scusi.
All right, rock and roll.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Sunday Spin, a very special edition of the Sunday Spin. Thank you for joining us. As always, the Sunday Spin is brought to you by our sponsors, What's Left Records in Colorado Springs, the 719, the fantastic Ostro brothers in business out there for all your tasty discs. Don't forget San Francisco, California, Grooves Records, our man Kevin Chanel, Sunday Spin favorite. Don't forget to check out his store. He's online. Times are tough. Support your local businesses. Remember the two record labels that bring you the Sunday Spin: Anonymous Collective Records in the 719, Anonymous Pacific Records in San Diego. And as always, I'm joined by my number one man, G Money. Greta, who did you find for us this week?
Dude, that was a smooth start. Thank you for paying the bills. Look at these two legends right here. Look at these, as they say, morose MFs in the house, right? Putting the bongwada into Cheerios. We got from the Berlin, the Big B, Fizreka, friend of, I don't know, what, 80 years between us?
Something like that.
And then, of course, the incomparable, the sexy, and sometimes hairless, Christopher Marsteller Overdrive. What's up, boys?
How's it hanging, G?
Oh,
I guess double G. We got like Glenn and Girasillo.
that's right.
Gs. You guys are rocking this shit. You guys are doing this every week. It takes a lot to put it together, man. I just want to give you guys props for doing this thing. It's really great that you're keeping community together like this around the world, and it's fun to see and it's fun to take part in. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you kindly, brother. You know what, though? You guys are what makes it fun for myself, and I know for Greno as well, because
You
you guys, there wouldn't be a show, first of all.
Damn right, but I appreciate that.
Right. I really like what you said about the community. Because let's face it, you know, we have to get used to the restrictions and everything else, but it does open the door for other means of communication. And it's beautiful when it's with people who are your brothers and who you love. So thank you for joining us, guys.
Man, my pleasure.
Also goes to show that we're sort of, you know, as creative people, when one thing shuts down, we look for another way to do it, to get it out there.
Beautiful thought. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And very true.
Chris, you're three people today.
I'm what? Oh, three people?
Well, you're just your title. I mean, you're actually a lot more than that, but
there's a lot more going on. There's a lot more going on in this head than just those three. Yeah.
That's right, baby. That's okay. It's all right.
Never hear simple.
Well, so before we get into the meat and potatoes, last week we were off, Vinny. It felt so weird. You know, it was like,
it did.
The first week we were off, it was kind of like DiMaggio's streak or something, you know, it ended.
Well, I don't know if streak is the right word, but I understand what you're saying. It becomes something you look forward to every week.
Right.
You know,
Everyone looks forward to streaking every week. I mean,
Well,
who
there you
That's
doesn't?
go.
kind of what I
right?
meant. I was on the naked side of streak rather than the number of hits per. And
But
That's
yeah,
what she
we're
said.
hitting the playoffs.
In the consecutive order.
Yeah. And on that subject, I want to start because it is December. Greno, hold up that cassette. You were
Oh
listening to
shit!
a cut from Raining in December.
Look at that.
we'll bust it out. Pretty cool. Like this is what 1987. Like what? How do we How do we do that? I don't even know.
That was back in the 80s. This would have been mid 80s. I had the good fortune of my father moving his office to home. So he was way ahead of this pandemic thing. And he had a Xerox machine in the house. And for a teenager in the 80s, man, that was one of the most badass things because we went haywire on flyers and everything. And those cassette labels were done on the Xerox machine. That's why they're off center all the time. And it was my big foray into graphic design, was cutting and pasting on those Xerox machines. Now this cover
cool
was printed.
packaging for
We got
1987.
way overcharged for the printing of that cassette cover, but we had that done professionally.
Cave
But-
Beat Records, right?
Yeah. Yep, that was the first label experiment that we had, and
We should have gotten a lot of trouble for this. There's a lot of covers on here.
well, no, we really shouldn't have gotten in a lot of trouble. We should have paid, for the millions of cents that we made on selling those cassettes.
That's what I meant. I meant that.
we still owe a few of these people a few half pennies,
Yeah, don't talk to Dave Aguilar for the next couple weeks, guys.
Yeah, well, like he ever wrote a song for those guys.
I know. That's why. Who's this Gilly Nefke guy? He wrote original song on here.
Yeah, Rob Nefke.
There's-
He was.
So yeah, let's go over the originals really quickly. So Meltdown, that's Abramson Merle.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, my favorite track on the album.
Really, Vinny?
What a way to kick it off, right? It's genius. It sets the scene. Yeah, my favorite track by far on that album.
That's a good one.
Setting the scene and borrowing the ending of another love song.
Yeah, that's right. We stole the ending of 7 and 7 is for that, just outright. But
Right.
paying tribute to our heroes,
You know
It's
what's
like,
cool too is it's got the old school like Rob sings with Glenn and Aaron, Chris sings with Rob and Aaron. Like I love that. So yeah, then Heart Full of Soul with Chris singing, Misty Lane. Again, yeah, we won't forget the covers. I'll Follow You. What a goofy little song that was. I remember that as being one of the first originals that we were kind of keen on as a band.
I'm sure we fought about it a little bit, but I thought it was it had a cool change. I like the change from the chorus from the verse to the chorus was much different than anything we had done at that point. I thought it was really well pop written in the sense of like Monkeys, Yardbirds kind of thing.
One thing, yeah, totally. One thing I'd like to point about that is we did literally record it in the garage on a 4-track. But one thing when I go back and listen to that, I mean, it really does sound like an authentic garage rock recording, to the thin guitars, to the drum kit sound, it's pretty great. I love
Right
that.
down to the twin reverb. It is. Yeah, it's and it is.
Exactly.
It's
I think we were using the
rock
reverb from
classic.
the amp, right?
Yeah, but the experimentation on it too. I mean, you say forget the covers, but I mean, the covers were a way to really experiment with different recording techniques and sounds for a bunch of 16-year-olds. It's crazy. Like we put the phaser on the drums on Heart Full of Soul throughout the entire song, through a guitar phaser pedal, all the drums channeled through one guitar pedal. I mean, that's pretty badass if you ask me.
I remember Jeannie Burkhardt asking me, like, what's that weird, like, sound in the song in Heart Full of Soul? I mean, but what I'm saying is it was recognizable. People, were like, people who weren't musicians, like, what is that sound?
Yeah, kind of like the drums on Seance on the church. Super annoying. All right.
Yeah.
How about, guys? How about The Hurting Game? We just heard that. I that was a song I wasn't even on. So talk about the recording session for that.
You're wrong. You are on it.
To correct it, yeah, you were on it because you ended up overdubbing a ice bell for one note because
Well,
it
I
was.
said that one line too. Remember the one line fucked up
Yeah.
because the
That's right. We lost Rob's vocal on one line and he wasn't there to do it. And Glenn stepped up to the mic literally and sang that one line.
Well, both Glenn and I did. He sang one word and I sang the, and I hate myself.
What do you guys remember about that recording session though?
That was too good. What's that?
Fill me in. I wasn't there.
The Hurting Game. Wow. I just remember Rob Nefke came to the garage and he was just like, I got a tune. Uh-oh. And Chris, you tell the story for a minute. I got a visitor here. All
right. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I was there, but I think I was. I do remember, I think he came in. Hey, there he is.
Hey.
Yeah, I think we woke him up. He had his first haircut recently. You know Chris. You remember Chris, right?
Hi.
Yeah. I bet you wish you hadn't woke up now. This is Vinny G, and that's Glenn. These are guys that Daddy grew up with.
Hi, Arthur.
Who's that?
Daddy and Arthur.
That's right.
Hey, who's this?
That's Chris. You know Chris. That's the daddy of Sophie and Stella.
And Mila.
Sophia.
Not Mila. He looks like Mila's daddy, but remember he has the cats too. We went to the zoo with them. Yeah, you remember. Anyway, Daddy's talking live on the internet right now, so go to bed. This is Arthur Lee Abramson here.
What's up,
And we were
Arthur?
just talking about your the person who your name was inspired by, Arthur. I was going to show you some Paw Patrol.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Paw Patrol.
A special guest appearance on Sunday Spin, Vinny.
Yeah, you're a very
Apologies for
blessed man.
He stole the mic at my birthday party too and started freestyling. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's on his way. He's on his way. So yeah, The Hurting Game. I remember Rob came to the garage and said, "Yeah, I've got this song." I think we kind of knew, but we just heard him playing it one time, and I'm just like, "Dude, let's record it." He just laid down his acoustic guitar and his vocal, and Aaron was there. I'm pretty sure Chris was there, from what I can recall.
Yeah.
I think you were pushing the buttons, Chris, and you may have played bass or tambourine on it. I can't remember.
I think it was tambourine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Aaron just picked up and did some color guitar in one take, just put some electric down with some delays on it and everything. I played either the bass or actually, I think I did the guitar and Aaron may have played the bass.
Yeah, I think that's because Rob, when you got that effects pedal, man, that like changed your world.
Yeah, no, I had that delay rack. I had that rack delay.
Yep.
And that was
That was you. I thought it was Aaron or Rob. He got like a delay pedal for Christmas or something.
No, that was me. And I'm pretty sure, that I was playing the guitar on that. And Aaron played the drums. That's right.
Yeah, Aaron was on drums. Yep.
He was playing the drums. Yeah.
That's
And I just remember we were all like at the end of it, Robbie recorded it pretty much in one take, maybe two or something like that. And we just had goosebumps at the end. It was one of those. Oh.
So guys, go back before. Rob, you just reminded me of something I wanted to talk to both of you guys about before, and that was a recording session that we did up at the F Troop house. It was two songs.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
but I don't know, just you guys remember that day or like, because we had a fun time as a band, if you guys remember. We shared a mutual, it was peyote, I think, but no, I'm just playing. But no, we had a good time because that was like the first time we just really went for the original thing, I think, off the cuff, not paying money, because we were like, oh, let's go. What was I can't remember the place.
Diane,
her garage, right?
Like San
Something
Marcos
like
or
that.
something.
It was in San Marcos. What I remember, it was a garage that was sort of a step up from a garage. So they had done some soundproofing and everything, built it like a little studio. You know, it felt really professional. And in the end, they had a little cassette 4-track recorder that was smaller than ours.
Yeah.
But still, to me, like when a band goes in to record and you're out of your comfort zone, we're out of our garage, we're just at a place, and it's just like all you can really do is focus and concentrate on what you're there to do and record these songs. And we did a 2-song session in that, basically a single session. And it was unlike anything we had done in the garage or anything. I don't know if it was before, during, or after. I think that must have been after Raining in December.
It was definitely after. I don't remember. Was it like, it wasn't Put On Your Candy Coat? I don't remember what song it was.
No, it was songs that we never, it was like, it was that one. Remember the drum beat we always used to, and then Candy Dimple.
The Drew Barrymore song, Will You Let Me?
Yeah, Will You Let Me?
Yeah. And we did Candy Dimple, which like we played live maybe 2 or 3 times or something.
Okay, that's what it was. All right, yeah.
It was like a cheeseball attempt at a Chocolate Watch Band style song.
Yeah.
Raining in December. Vinny, thank you for that. What a conversation piece that is, huh?
It really is. And for my money, you know, being the one person who didn't play on any of these tracks, was never part of that. Speaking as a fan, it's definitely my favorite of all the many favorites that I have from you guys. But yeah, it's the one I make copies for friends to this day. It's in my car stereo. Yeah, always around. So, but you know, one thing I would really like to talk to you guys about, and I do mean the 3 of you, because let's face it, you 3 are, you know, all equally part of the band. 6-4 memories, Poway, playing places. You know, we talk about garages, and we all recorded on 4 tracks in our garage, and some of us took that next step, or the next perceived step. And it sounds archaic now, but tell me about some of the places, some of the garages, some of the friends you played at. Maybe throw some shout outs for some parties that you remember, some good times that you had playing live in the 6-4.
That's what I got to say, growing up in Poway in the 80s, back when there weren't all ages clubs to play. There wasn't shit there, you know. You could either skate or play in a band. And that's pretty much, you know, what we did, if not both. But to me, the best gigs of our career weren't in clubs, they weren't in bars, they weren't at concerts and everything. They were in someone's backyard, they were in garages. There was a period, I think, in our senior year where we were playing in high school parties and garages, and we had a guy, Mike Clark, who was coming and doing a light show for us. You remember that?
Yeah.
He was doing a Pink Floyd style light show, experimenting with oils and all kinds of weird shit. And we were doing some psychedelic shows in those days, and it was pretty wicked. Mike Hudson's party. It was one really memorable one. Remember that guy, Mike Cousin?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but just as Vinny started talking about that one came to mind, where like everybody was kind of sitting on the floor. It felt like you were at the UFO club with Pink Floyd or something. You know, they were just all mesmerized by what was going on. And I mean, we were at the point then where we were covering Red Cross and Pink Floyd in the same show, you know?
I remember a similar kind of similar experience. It was later. It was after you guys went to college and came back, and I was living in Midget Maze, and I think we had we played in our living room.
Yeah.
And there was same thing, same vibe. Like everyone was down and just kind of like experiencing the moment. Well, there may have been some additives, but
some illegal at the time marijuana use.
Chris, I'm going to piggyback that, because I remember that show specifically because we improvised the end of The Chain.
Yes.
And people just like went crazy. And I was like, well, we were totally winging it. But Rob Entwistle,
That show.
Yeah.
That came about. I think Aaron just started fucking around with that one day. That was cool.
I think that there was always an element of experimentation, but I think maybe as musicians and stuff at that point, we were more comfortable, and certainly I was, and rather than just like, you know, playing the song, moving on to the next song, playing the song, moving on to the next song. I mean, we rehearsed, there was always some kind of jamming going on, but I don't know if we ever really deviated from the set list in, no, that's not true. In 2581, we did a bunch of shows there that I think we covered Travel by Thought one time, which
yeah
covered.
Yeah, but I think going back to Vinny's question about the garages in those days, I mean, for me, the fondest memories of the band and its whole existence and everything was the rehearsal space, was being in our garage and playing together and hanging out. And
Agreed.
that was more than any of the
100%.
shows. It was the practice sessions and the,
Man, it was fucking
Well,
away from home.
Yeah.
On a much smaller scale, it was probably similar to like Andy Warhol's The Factory or something like that, because sort of everybody was invited, and there were certainly people coming and going, you know, within our crowd, our scene, and then like parties would spontaneously kind of just, you know,
Megan and his friends would come home.
Yeah.
Wilson would show up, be like with 10 people.
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of time.
China.
There was a lot of time just hanging out on the big rock outside, you know, and in the driveway, and I have memories of all that for sure.
So guys, I have a question that I don't know the answer to. I want to know the first band that you guys put together after Outrage, you and Chris.
Would it
Well,
have been
after Outrage.
Yeah.
Like after the second time Outrage, because I mean we had other bands together like Psychedelicatessen with Shag and everything sort of in between, and then Outrage picked up again in Northern California, and then after
so post 1990, you and Chris.
Yeah.
Was it Hush?
Well, Chris started a band. I joined his band Hush a bit later.
Okay.
Yeah. I had nothing to do with the formation of that band. But
Right.
but I joined the band and played for a while, and it was with Scott Frazier of F Troop as well. So it's like we went way back, and it was fun. It was different for me being in a band where Chris was the band leader.
It was different for me as well.
Yeah. But I mean, we had a good sound, some good shows. They were writing some great songs and everything. And then I remember getting, the end of it for me anyway was I got in a fight with Scott, the drummer, and I just got pissed off and said, I quit. I'm not going to play with you anymore. And the next night I went to the Casbah and saw the Nephews playing as a two-piece. And I said, Tim, come on, you need a bass player.
Wow.
And I joined the Nephews pretty much the next day, actually.
That's far out. That's a great transition story right there, Robbie. And then so Nephews, that's this kooky band from San Diego. Now they're nephews and a niece. Our friend Tim. I want to give a little shout out to our buddy Timmy, because real dope. Because as you guys know,
huge shout out. He's the 6'4".
Have looked into the formulating stage of a compilation for Sunday Spin, and Tim has given us his inclusion already. First song.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. He beat Eric Shaggy Cullen. Eric's usually the first. But so Nephews, guys. How long were you guys in the Nephews together?
I was in for a few years and sort of brought Chris in as a second guitarist when the other second guitarist, after we had become a 5-piece, had sort of fizzled out. And Chris came in, and you were with us for a few years.
I don't know. Yeah, it felt like maybe a year. I'm not really sure how long it was. Yeah. But it was
because it was 95 when the This World thing happened. And I think you joined at the end of that year or the beginning of 96. And by 97, it was kind of done, I think. That's when we started the Chasers. And that's when I was kind of getting frustrated and just said to Tim, I'm doing something else now.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't really know how that sort of ended. I just felt like the sort of dissolved one day.
Yeah, it was a gradual dissolving, I think. I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was I think we went down, I think Brad stopped playing with us. Like Brad kind of got serious about his career. And so he was the sax player at the time. And And when he stopped, Tim just started rethinking like all of the songs and the new direction and everything. And I just think none of us were really feeling it much anymore at that time. I think even Tim was he was, I think, then going back to finish a degree or something, and wasn't really focused on carrying the band on. So he was going in to get his master's at that point or something. And I think he just kind of decided to, forget about it for now. But it's great that he's revived the band, and with Charlie, and
yeah,
it's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of tying that together, I remember going back to Hush. We were looking for a bass player. You and I were living together, Rob, and it, like, I think it was kind of one evening you said, "Look, you're looking for a bass player. I don't have a band. Why don't I just play with you?" Or and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's do that." And then,
like any great bass player, I think every band I became a bass player in was by default. Like Zappa always said, the bass player is a failed guitar player. And
you were never that outraged, baby. No way. Rhythm section to the end right there. No way.
No, Glenn, when we met, you said, "Oh, I know a guitar player." I said, "Okay, well then I guess I'll play bass."
Well, you knew how to play guitar, but dude, once you picked up that bass, baby, come on, that was an extra appendage.
Yeah. I was trying to channel Gene Simmons and Jaw Wobble all at once, Even
if I had never played with you, you're one of my favorite bass players of all time. Like, amazing.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, whether you wanted to be a bass player or not, you're certainly pretty damn good at it. So
feel the bass, brother.
Oh, shucks, guys, come on.
But anyway,
so Fesh, you did mention, the eventual breakup of the Nephews, or the dissolvement, as you called it, quite accurately, in my opinion. But you did mention the Chasers, and I do want to talk a bit about the Chasers, because they're a huge part of San Diego history as well, as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of people may not know this, the Chasers actually reunited for one night earlier this year, before it hit the fan, so to speak. So
that was an amazing
reunion, and how it felt, because I was there, and I got to tell you, it was like nothing changed, and I mean that with all my heart.
Hell yeah! Look at that.
Chris, you go first. How did that feel?
Yeah, I'm just doing the visuals.
Well, I don't know if you remember, I was fucking super sick that night, so it didn't feel great, but it was fun.
Like Vinny said, nothing has changed.
Oh, Rob, love it.
That was awesome.
I mean, I think the story about how the Chasers came to be is actually more interesting than the story, than the 20-year reunion it was, or whatever.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
At the time, we were all working in the film industry, and while we were driving around vans, picking up set dressing and/or working on set, we just would, to pass the time, we would just sort of write these songs and talk with British accents, and we just sort of, I don't know if it was on purpose or naturally, kind of all assumed these characters.
Yeah, it was a fictional band before it was a band.
Yeah.
It was not even a joke. It was literally a fictional band. And I remember just going into the rehearsal room, because it was at Frank's basement, the Lucy's basement. And there was this whiteboard on the wall where everyone wrote their set lists and everything. So it was like the Nephew's set list, Lucy's fur coat on another one, and this and that. And then right in the middle was this little picture of an airplane, and it said the Chasers. And there were just 4 or 5 song titles. And I just remember going in there and like reading these song titles, like Theme from the Chasers, Cool Ya Jets, And I remember I sat down with somebody, I think with Chris, and I said, let's write a song called Cool Ya Jets. And we wrote songs to fill in these song titles, which already existed.
Wow.
And we basically just filled in the band that was already fictional and just built it up like that. I think Scotty Boombots Clark and I got really fucking high one day on a drive to LA to go pick up props for a film in San Diego. So we knew we'd be gone all day and everything. It was a rainy day, and it was one of those things. And we were talking about this garage band. And I remember I brought my cassette of the Music Machine, Best Of, which Scott Clark had never heard at that point. And he's talking about garage music and this and that. I said, you ever heard the Music Machine? He's like, nah, put it on. It was like, boom. And it was one of those, wow moment, just like you're 15 again, hearing something like that for the first time. And Scott was just like, play it again, you know, and we listened to it 2 or 3 times. And it was magic. It just went from there. And yeah, I remember we sat down at a Denny's on the way back and we were already plotting the stage, who was going to be where. And we started making up nicknames because we had a pack of crackers. And we're like, so Dave will be the crackers and he's going to be on the left side. And Scott said, well, Dave is kind of crackers. He should be called Crackers. I said, yeah, let's call him Crackers. And he said, yeah, Crackers McPhee. It was like, nicknames were born just like that. And Dave Crackers McPhee, may he rest in peace, man. He was the heart and soul of that band too. Passed away 10 years ago. 10 years ago last month, right?
No, tomorrow.
Seriously, tomorrow?
I think I just got a notification. Yeah.
No, it was November, I'm pretty sure, because I remember exactly when it
I
happened.
thought so. I thought you were right. I thought it was November 2, but I've got tomorrow, December 14th. But I could be wrong. Would be the first time Siri was wrong.
I'm telling you it's wrong, and I know for a fact because I know exactly when it happened. I was on tour with the Fuzz Tones, and I remember finding out he passed away, and then I got on a ferry boat from Greece across the Adriatic to Italy. And on this boat, I wanted to find out what had happened because I had found out literally an hour or so before we got on this boat, and I didn't know shit. All I knew was he had passed away. And there was no Wi-Fi on the boat, so I couldn't find out anything. And I stayed up all night. It was a 13-hour boat ride. I couldn't sleep anything, just thinking about Dave. I got up, sat out on the deck, and I was just like writing stuff about Dave, like things I could remember, and just like thinking about him, looking up at the stars and saying, damn, you know, Dave would be really happy if he could just see what I'm doing right now. I'm still playing music, and he's gonna, you know, be thrilled for me. So I'm doing this for him. And I remember because it was November, because we got to Italy, and I remember swimming in the water because it was so fucking warm, and I couldn't believe it was November. So I'm gonna fight you on this.
No, I would agree with you. If you would have asked me what month, I would have said November as well. But it was odd because I got a notification this morning that tomorrow is the anniversary of his passing. So I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'm sure if it is tomorrow, we'll see stuff on Facebook.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's a little shout out to him. But yeah, he really made the Chasers. He was playing the Farfisa organ, which is the same organ that we got from Andy Asp from Nuisance up in Sonoma County, which I remember he said.
Shout out to Kylie and Jesse too, man.
Yeah.
That was the first band, wow, that we saw do vinyl and all that. They're great guys.
Yeah. Great guys.
So anyway, to move the Chaser story along, I remember because you guys were working down in National City on Nightman, I think it was, and I was still working at Stu's. And you were like, "Hey, come down to practice on Saturday." And I think I was busy on practice for what? And he's like, "The Chasers, we're getting together." And I was like, "Really?" Because at that point it was so fictional in my head, you know.
That's right.
and then, so I didn't go. And I remember talking to you like that night. And you're like, "Oh my God, it was so great." I said, "Who sang?" And you were like, Charlie sang? Because I didn't know Charlie as a singer. He was a drummer.
Oh my God.
Really good, man. You got to come to the next rehearsal. Okay.
He bullied his way into being the singer too. We didn't want him as a singer. We were going to sing ourselves, you know? Yeah. And I remember we were sneaking around Nightman because Charlie was our boss, and me and Scott and Dave Crackers, you know, we were all talking about, yeah, we're going to get together tonight. And Charlie overheard us. He's like, "What do you mean you guys are getting together? What are you doing?" We're like, "Oh, hey, boss." I said, "Well," I said, we're doing a band practice." He's like, "What band?" I said, "The Chasers." He said, "The Chasers?" He said, "I'm coming." I said, "Dude, we got a drummer. Scott's drumming. You're not in." And he's like, "Well, you got a drummer." He said, "I'm going to sing." I said, "You're going to sing?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't sing. I just shout." I said, "All right, Charlie, you come down and be the singer." And I just thought that was the end of it. And he showed up with a pair of maracas and a tambourine. And the first song, he just started going at it. It was like, damn, he's our singer. It was, he auditioned himself, invited himself, and he got the gig. Bless him.
Kind of sounds like Joel Arquios from Patch, honestly. Serious. I mean, he was just living with us, but same.
Except he could write lyrics, so we had to write everything for Charlie.
Joel
another interesting note about as the first time all 7 of us were together was our very first gig, because we would have to rehearse because of everybody's schedules. We'd have to rehearse, like, you know, there'd always be one person missing or 2 persons missing.
That's
and
been
my
my
memory
band here for the last 8 years. I've got 8 people, and it's never all 8 of us at the same time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow. Good stuff on the Sunday Spin, man. Exclusives. We got the Legends of the 64, Vinny. Damn.
Yeah. Don't come any bigger.
Hey, Rob, just like, what are your memories in terms of, like, say, the evolution of songwriting from Outrage to, you know, through the Chasers, or like, and working together? I mean, there were times where certainly the evolution in songwriting, you know, like in the Chasers, there was a more collaborative effort, I would say. I mean, there were times where, like, you would write most of a song, or I would write most of a song, or even Crackers for that matter.
Well, I think like any kind of band, we started out all writing songs together in the practice room, and then when we had our core songs down, then you and I just kind of took over writing the songs a lot, because we were so sort of gung-ho about it, and we lived like in the same complex, so we would get together and write songs.
And we wrote better songs.
Obviously, but still.
I remember toward the end of the Chasers, and I guess what became the Dolly Reeds, I feel like we hit like a high in terms of collaborating and writing songs together.
Yeah, we hit a real streak, especially at the end of the Chasers and into the Dolly Reeds, which the Dolly Reeds was a transition band it was sort of, the Chasers had broken up and morphed into the Dolly Reeds, where Chris and I took over the singing and just became a 4-piece. And then because of one thing or another, Chris just couldn't really do it, couldn't hang. He took off. I got another guitar player and called it the Danger Man from then on. Yeah, that lasted for a little while. Yeah.
I remember
that was the evolution of it. And some of those songs still resonate, man. Some of those songs are pretty damn good, Chris. It was fun.
I agree. Yeah. Kind of a shame that they never got properly.
The Irish bar band, I do cover some of them nowadays, but.
Oh, cool.
So one of them still lives, and I'm producing a record by a friend of mine in his garage band, and I'm trying to pawn one of the songs off on them. Like, you know, come on, you guys could use an extra song.
You guys could use a good one.
Shh, you might be watching.
I'm kidding. I'm sure they're fine musicians and artists.
Sure, they're all fine.
Yeah. All right.
Other guys,
like Vinny said, you know, we hadn't played together in 20 years. So when that band hadn't played together in 20 years, and then we did a reunion gig, that makes you feel fucking old. Because I remember the first time we had a 20-year milestone with Outrage. It was like, oh man, 20 years ago we recorded Raining in December. That was now 13 years ago. So that's it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But for me, like when the Chasers did the reunion, obviously without Dave, but man, just being in the practice room again with those guys was to me the thrill. You know, I was there on holiday in California for the last time for the foreseeable future. And what a treat just to play in the rehearsal room with these guys again, man, some of whom I haven't even seen in that long. Chris, obviously, I see pretty much every time I go back to San Diego. But man, to play again, to plug in an electric guitar again, which I hadn't done, you know, in years, that was fantastic. And
it's interesting.
Every second of it.
Yeah, it was fun. I remember, excuse me, Mike Statz actually saying after the show that, you know, it's been 20 years since he's seen us, but he's like, those songs, they just come back, you know, like he remembered the songs from the set, you know.
Yeah. Well, memorable songs. Quite a lot of them were. And I got to go back and just backtrack. Charlie Brownell did contribute some lyrics here and there to some of the songs. I don't want to take credit for all of them.
A musical disclaimer from Fez Recker.
I had to think about it for a second. He's going to give me shit and say, oh, yeah, come on. Badass, I go.
Everybody, I mean, that was one of the was actually one of the funnest parts of that band, was sitting around, especially lyric writing. Everybody would be like, yeah, and you know what? And another theme about the Chasers is it always had to reference the Chasers within the song. So it
you
be
always heard the word the Chasers in every song. And we said, we want to be a little hip hop with this. And we always talk about ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like the
But
Chasers
just sitting
are the
around,
Little third personisms.
Yeah.
that was another, you know what, that was another great side note of that band, because at the time we were filming down at the Naval Training Center, and our storage was the old officers club down in the Naval Training Center. So we started rehearsing, and we literally rehearsed on a stage in a big
in a
room.
bar.
That used to be a club. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually
It was
jammed
fun.
there once with you guys for some
Yeah.
outrage reunion thing. When I came down.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. That was a pretty great thing to have at our disposal. I think I remember jamming at 2 or 3 in the morning there sometimes, but
Yeah, we did some photo shoots there, all kinds of stuff. That was
If you guys don't mind, let's switch gears just a little bit. You guys have done a lot of solo work, and Rob, you had labels, you know, Amigo, Pop Tones, fucking all these labels all this time. And there's one compilation, I think Vinny would agree, that kind of ties together, you know, a lot of music and a lot of memories. It's a Amigo #1 actually, and it's Who Are We, Who We Are.
Yeah.
Got like 100,000 bands on there. I think everybody and their mom is on here, including your brother, who's right there.
That's right. Unreal. Every side project that you could think of related to the people in our friend circle. That was it.
What motivates you?
Still 6'4" related as well, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It was upon moving back basically to Poway. I mean, Rancho Penasquitos at the time, I remember, but
you got Shep, the Peace Snatchers, the Everlasting Summer Gobstopper Blues Caravan Experiment, the Dishwashers, Miranda and CM. Is that you, Chris?
I don't know why NCM, yeah, but
maybe.
It was that's what Rob wrote. I don't know. This is Rob's release. 8 Miles from Poway.
By Outrage, yeah.
I remember nothing about that song.
We're actually the last Outrage recordings that we did in that garage in Penasquitos. I remember we did that, and we did Lucky Man, this little song Aaron had some years before, and we fleshed it out and do a real Outrage song. And then Greg, my brother, came down and was there one day when either Glenn wasn't there or we just did it on purpose with Greg. We recorded the song Hush because he was the Deep Purple bro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Does Greg also play on Cowboys and Broken Hearts?
And no, I'm pretty sure that's you.
Is that Polarski?
Dude, I haven't listened to this in like 30 years. I mean, I'll be honest.
No, that was one of Shaggy's.
I have no idea what I play on.
Shaggy.
That's what I was asking you.
Yeah, no, I think you played on that.
I'm just happy that it has our version of Under the Greenwood Tree by Donovan.
Oh, wow. That's right. That's right. Man, there is some really,
Come hither. Come hither.
That's an eclectic compilation. I remember that's sort of just built on what we started doing in Cave Beat. You know, once we got that 4-track in the garage, I mean, we just wanted to record music. You know, the fact that we had a band Outrage, you know, if Aaron and I recorded a song together, it was like, well, we can't call it Outrage. All right, let's call it the Dishwashers. If you and I did the entire album of Rubber Soul, it was like, well, let's call it the Children, you know? I mean, it was just, that's the kind of thing that was bringing together. And when we did that Everlasting Summer Gobstopper compilation, it was just like, we don't even really need artist names for all this. It's just a compilation that has a title for the record, and it's just a bunch of music together. And it's, you know, these are the players on it. That was kind of the idea behind that. But at the time, since all these different little bands were happening, you know, we had Shep, and then there was Hush, and then there was this and that. It was like, well, let's just put it all together. These are, you know, all the friends are just doing all this stuff. Let's put it all together.
I'm excited to revisit it.
I haven't heard that in freaking years.
Rob, what about these?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, we left out the whole Ramona days.
Excellent cover of "I'm Not Like Everybody Else" on a rock. Props.
Thanks, man. Oh man, I'll tell you, my favorite memory of making those records was the bus ride to Chatsworth. That was basically an old Outrage song that always got vetoed, I think, by Glenn. No, maybe it wasn't. No, I think it was maybe Chris that hated the song. I don't remember.
To this day.
Somebody hated it, thought it was too cheesy, but it was literally about me, Glenn, Chris, and Aaron went down to OB to see a show with all these bands and everything. And it was just a song about that whole experience. And so I thought it belonged to an Outrage song. And when we started recording a bunch and Ramona and Aaron and Chris were over, I was just like, we're going to do this song. We're going to record a definitive version of it and lay it down. And I rewrote it to sound more like an Outrage song those years later, but that was a lot of fun making those records.
Vinny, great call on the "I'm Not Like Everybody Else" cover. And also, interestingly enough, the album ends with Meltdown 95.
That's right. That's right. There was I think we re-recorded that and just did like change some lyrics or something. I can't
Dead
remember.
Moon cover on here.
Different.
Miles away.
Yeah.
E15's cover. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
And then Chris, we can't exclude my brother from another mother. Look at this thing. Talk about rare. $500 on eBay.
That was an impressive release when it came out, man. That was like
Super awesome.
Somebody actually did the whole thing. Made a cover, made a great record.
I'm glad somebody thinks that.
It was actually interestingly named after a Chris Christopherson movie, right?
I don't remember where I got the title, to be honest. Yeah, I think it was maybe.
I'm pretty sure you saw it on HBO one night and just said, "Oh, that's a great name for an album."
I think it was from a song lyric that escapes me right now, maybe.
Got 5 songs, man. It's got the title track. It's got Incidents, which was like that really heavy bassy one. I've stolen that riff a few times. Thanks, Chris.
No.
And then I'd always tried to steal like Candor song, but I could never figure out how it goes. So,
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah,
that'd be a good riff to steal.
I'll tell you that
definitely
was somebody taking the Cure influence and really doing something amazing with it, something really inspired with it.
Chris and Aaron both mastered that whole like.
Yeah,
Aaron had some really, really good tracks like that too. Real eerie, like early Cure-ish stuff.
I can remember being the most frustrating part about like doing that was I know what I wanted it to sound like, but I didn't have means. I didn't have the studio that those guys were using. So for me, it was always, and also not being a drummer, so I was always heavily relying on a drum machine and then not having rhythm, so not being able to program the stupid thing. And although then some interesting beats came out of it because I would kind of like work something out and go, oh, that works. I can make that work. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're still not a good drummer, Chris.
Still, I can attest to that. Yeah. still pretty sure I have no rhythm as well. Yeah.
I think this is the final Outrage release right here. This Ruins.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think this is the actual tape either. You know how you open up the old, Frank Sinatra sings for Only the Lonely. So you open up the old tapes and they're not right. They're not even the right tape, man.
Oh yeah.
You guys are the best, man. So just like so first of all, we're a half-hour format, but we have 2 of you guys, so it's an hour. And again, you guys are our friends, you're our brothers. We don't care. We love listening to you talk all day. So before we do wrap it up with all the other things, is there things that you guys want to shout out, things you want to talk about, address, even non-music related? This has been a weird year. It's been a fucked up year, and it's good. Next year's hopefully going to be better. So you guys are both very inspirational people. So do you have some words for the people? Well, I'm going to go tinkle. I love you guys.
I think Tim Ellison said it best in Transcendent Crankiness when he said, "It's been a really fucked up year. The fact that I am even here yelling these things into your ear is a fucking miracle." Way ahead of its time. Great tune.
That's Tim for you.
That's Tim for you.
How about you, Chris?
Well, today's actually, I mean, not necessarily related, but it's a fellow bandmate's birthday, Anya Sachs. It's her birthday, so I want to.
Hey, happy birthday, Anya.
Out. Happy birthday to her. And yeah, as far as words of wisdom, you know, calm down and wear a mask.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this year I have been excited for Christmas more than probably ever in my life before. I mean, we bought our Christmas tree the weekend, like in November after Thanksgiving. We just wanted to hurry up. We want this year to hurry up and end. So it's like, bring on that Christmas feeling right now. I mean, it helps having a 3-year-old who really is finally understanding what Christmas is all about and getting super excited. So we do the Advents beginning on December 1st. Every day he opens a little thing and pulls out a new toy. He's a little fucking brat, but you know, it's awesome. And, you know, we've got the weather for it here, as you do probably in Colorado. You've got the
It's snowing.
Yeah, I mean, when you got to start putting on that coat before you go out, even to check the mail, you know, you're in Christmas season.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm thankful as fuck that I'm not in as bad a situation as a lot of people I know and as a lot of people could be. You know, I'm very thankful that we've got, you know, we're not starving. We're not going to run out of toilet paper, and we can survive, and we've got good neighbors around us, and we've got good friends here. And our family is healthy. We've managed to avoid any of the sickness so far. And you know, right here in our country, we're about to go on hard lockdown in about 3 more days. They're going to just shut everything down again because it's getting out of hand. But we've been probably the best about it in Europe so far, but now it's just people aren't paying attention and it's gotten out of hand. It's cold and they're going to knock it down. They're going to lock us down. And I really hope to be able to spend more time with you guys online and making some music. And yeah, that's where I am.
Know where to find us every Sunday, buddy.
Bingo, coming at you.
Exactly. No, that's beautiful. Awesome.
Well, I hope you guys both have a Merry Christmas. And I kind of feel the same way about it. I'm going to throw my 2 cents in, you know, especially in California, there's talk of canceling a religious holiday, and typical, I don't need to expand on it, but yeah, I'm going to celebrate twice as hard this year because I can. And just like you said, Rob, you know, I've been very blessed this year. Hasn't been a picnic for anybody, but where I look where I am compared to where I was.
I think this is the first year in the history of
years I'm okay.
Yeah, I think that's great to hear, and I'm really glad to hear it. And you're an inspiration for a lot of people with that too. You know, you just telling people, hey, like you said earlier too, Glenn, just calm down, calm the fuck down. You know, and you know what? Every year, like you're talking about this canceling Christmas, every year I watch the same show, and it always is, you know, oh, the storm's gonna come, and you know, we're gonna have to cancel Christmas this. They threaten it every year, and then Rudolph comes along, and they can see everything. So it doesn't matter, you know. Rudolph is gonna be there to light the way.
Hey, Santa!
Yukon Cornelius, the Island of Misfit Toys. It's all.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, you know, I mean, what's his name? Sam the Snowman, Burl Ives. You know, he just says, "Oh, that year we almost didn't have Christmas." Bullshit. You're gonna have Christmas.
I want to be a dentist.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's funny. I don't think you can't cancel Christmas, but we could change it. You know, we can alter it to a degree in the hopes of some safety. And then there's people who just aren't going to do it, you know, so just yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm happy just that I have a tree in my house now. I'm spending our first Christmas with our kid and our dog in our own apartment here, you know. Last Christmas I had the pleasure of being in San Diego. The Christmas before I was in Moscow. You know, we were always somewhere else. This year we're just going to be at home. I'm gonna cook tamales, you know, like I had with Glenn's wife one Christmas I was visiting. Holly, damn.
The year I first moved here. And like, just for me, I just want to throw in, I only have a couple Christmases left with my kids. So
Oh, before they move out or what?
my youngest is 14. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, she's in 9th grade. So like 3 more Christmases after this, they're gone. So enjoy them. You're at the other end of the spectrum. You're at the fun shit, man. Enjoy it.
Glenn, they're going to be back every Christmas, and they're going to be sneaking around the corner to puff one with the bad uncles. Oh wait, I guess they don't have to.
They
take
don't.
them. They're in
My
Colorado.
kids don't. No, they care. They care like nothing about that. Yeah.
They're going to sneak around the corner to
You
TikTok.
walk through $1 million grows at age 5. You don't care about marijuana. It's just it's nothing.
They're going to walk around the corner just to secretly study law, you know.
Pretty much.
Oh, bless them, bless them. Give my love to Miriam and the kids too.
Yeah, much love to like all your guys. You know, your family. Like that was the first time I've ever like interacted with your son at all. I was getting a little weepy eyed because
thanks for bringing him on.
Yeah, it was just such a treat.
Not like I could do anything about it.
That's exactly it. Welcome to that's the last 3 years have been.
Fruit,
15 ahead.
Yeah,
the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree.
that's true. Hey, who you calling a fruit, man?
But before we go, I just want to thank you guys. I want to pay some bills though. We gotta thank What's Left Records. I love you guys. Sorry I haven't been over there in a couple months, but they are back up and running. They're killing it, doing great holiday specials here in Colorado Springs. Grooves Records, unfortunately, San Francisco's locked down. So find them online, Discogs, things like that. Buy records from Kevin and buy his hot sauce. El Anojado is fucking dope. Yeah, go get it. Go pimp it out. Let's see. Vinny, what else? Oh, Anonymous
This
Collective.
is what's left of the only bottle in Berlin right now.
Sexy.
Right.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Almost out.
And the fact that you have the only bottle in Berlin speaks to your magnitude amongst the world, Faz.
And do you know why I have the only bottle in Berlin? I got it after coming on your show the first time because Kevin Chanel got on the show. He photobombed the show. He video bombed us. He came on. He showed us the hot sauce he was making. And I said, Kevin, I got to have a bottle. And he wrote me after the show and said, give me your address. And it was
I know, dude.
Sunday Spin Miracle.
You guys, Vinny, just a little tip too. Remember, I pointed out a record when we were with Kevin. Oh, I want that, dude. It showed up at my doorstep. So he's ready to roll. But you guys, both of you, we need you. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing, and actually, Chris, you've already confirmed the loons. So thank you so much. But Rob, I think we're doing this compilation, Sunday Spin. So we want you guys to be a part of it. Also do a little video thing. We're doing the video fanzine a la Flipside 1981. And then also you guys join us on our YouTube page. Vinny, what's the Stables Media one?
Stables Media Network.
There you go. And then also Technicolor Dreams for you sexy people. Next week, Vinny, tell them about it.
Next week, Christmas party.
Nice.
What?
Everybody, all our previous guests. It's going to be a reunion show.
Yeah, that's why we had you guys on this week, so we don't have to have you on.
Yep.
So you can get us hooked.
I'm kidding. Come on, man.
Yeah, so they can cater the party. But no, seriously, guys. Yeah, if you are around next Sunday, everybody's invited. All our guests. So we're gonna get a large powwow together, and we're gonna sing Kumbaya.
Yeah, gonna get a couple of pizzas from Roma's around the corner by the Circle
K. You know me, brother. I go to Rosaria's.
Rosaria's.
Oh, that's a power. That's classic. Talk about garage rock and food like intersecting.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
If you show me pizza from Poway, man, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, Rosaria's. Yeah. Thank you guys, man. It's always wonderful. I love you both.
What time next week, by the way?
You tell us.
Yeah. We could do it, Vinny. We could do it at this time because
whatever time you guys can make it.
No, just you tell me what time. You've got a bunch of guests. I'll join next week. I just want to know.
We have people on the East Coast too, so let's keep it at 2 p.m. Pacific.
All right.
Holiday extravaganza.
You gonna get Scotty Hilbert on there?
He's invited.
Everybody's invited, man.
Nice.
It's whoever want. Hey, it's like Z-Man says, man. It's part. Well, I don't know what Z-Man said.
Already starts.
Thank you, Chris.
It wasn't Z-Man, but
Scotty,
Oh, look at there. There you go. Get
pick it
Scotty's
up. It's
book.
like $20. That's our boy. And
nice Christmas gift.
oh, before we go, you
Thanks,
guys
it's a
listen.
gift too.
You guys need to listen to this album.
I have
No
that
problem.
album. You gave me that
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Good one.
I have it as well.
Good one, right?
I knew it. I just knew it.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony Russo next week too.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Papa
Oh,
Russo.
nice.
Oh man, I can't
Going
wait.
to Acapulco.
Media Moogle. He's gonna sit there and talk to us.
Vinny's gonna sit down and then sit there and tell us what we should be doing on Spin the Record.
That's it. That's it. Media Mogul.
Seriously,
All
it was such a joy and a treat to have you guys as always. We love you. We
Good to see
adore
you.
We revere you. So
Man, come
Paul
on.
Revere. Paul Revere. Remember Paul Revere at Wild Animal Park?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You Fang us. Fang wasn't playing with them then, so who
No,
cares?
Fang was long gone.
Yeah. It was long
But
gone. So
one
was
thing
that
we're
little
gonna have
band.
to do next time we have you guys on, we're gonna do reverse, where you guys are gonna host the show and you're gonna ask us the CD questions.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Nice.
We've been wanting to do that for a while, but we'll wait till like mid stretch.
We had to find the right combination to host the night, and I think we
Yeah,
had.
then
guys-
we got to work on the video and audio latency, and then we'll play a song together. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, we have the technology. We can rebuild it. We're going to be switching over to a different platform next year. And I mean, it's going to look like the musical ESPN, baby. Just wait and see. Media. Stables be killing it, baby.
Are you
One
are you
second.
gonna call that Flip Sundays instead of Spin
Yes.
Sunday?
Chris, we want you to come up with like your own little segment. So get it rolling, okay?
All right,
So,
and-
which, by the way, where's Eric Shaggy Cullen? What a sellout.
He's
Just
on the
know,
radio.
dude, you guys don't even know. He was like,
He's a
"Yeah,
professional."
okay, what time's the show? I got my thing all set up. I'm ready to go. And then crickets, baby. The Barker. We love him though. Mwah.
Yeah.
Arr.
So next
Hey,
time
now,
we
if
come,
you guys ever
I
wanna
got my
check
new
it out-
axe.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
You know
Rob,
what this
play us-
is?
Play us something out, baby.
This is a bass.
A Bakelele.
It's a
Nice.
bass ukulele, and it
Rob,
sounds
play-
like a bass.
Play the Evil Queen of England, and Chris, you sing it, and then we'll go
How
out.
about
Could it be the Evil Queen of England?
there's a little chocolate watch band for you? All right.
Damn,
Yeah.
Sunday Spin.
Birthday present.
That's the
Thank you,
best.
Mom.
Aw. Hey, shout out to Liz for putting up with us all those years, or actually not putting up with us.
You're just tolerating us, you know.
Yeah.
I think your
That
hearing was
incense is real
Yo.
strong. That
I got bag. You all help me carry the bag from my car.
Boo Bear.
The
The best thing about having Rob Netsky in the band was you could always blame the smoking on him, you know. Oh, that was Robbie.
Yeah.
You know? Kid from the ghetto, he was smoking, you know. He's from the ghetto of Peaky.
He did get
it
kicked
was-
out of Poway High for smoking a cigarette
He did.
without
That's
even going there.
right. He and I got busted there behind the tennis courts. I got a day of detention and said, no, I was just there with Robbie. I wasn't smoking myself, Mom.
Oh, gosh. You guys are the best. All right, so let's see if you know what this song is. Oh, wait, let's see if we do. Oh, okay. Love you guys. See you next week. Sunday Spin. Stay sexy.
Thanks,
Have a great
Rob.
week.
Yeah.
Isn't that fart bass?
Oh.
Live at K-Side. It's Outrage. With Chrissy Wilson Piper. Rob Kilby. Aaron Coppaz and